Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is episode 2 of our Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Final Mix playthrough. My name is Trey. I am joined by Nick, Dan, and Joe. And here we
like
have...
that her hair matches Sora's shoes.
We're still here. We don't get to leave yet.
Yeah. I decided that we needed to see every inch of this great work of art.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful
These platforms are gorgeous.
Yeah, I love the Awakening platforms.
The Final Mix, or not the Final Mix, because Final Mix was originally a Japan-only PS2 game, but for the PS3 version, I think this is one of those surprisingly frequent cases where Square Enix lost the original source code of this game, and so they had to basically recreate it, using assets that they had, from other games, and, recreating the ones that were already there. And it paid off because, this is one of those, remaster remakes that, looks... It doesn't look like the way the game actually looked. It looks the way you remember it looking, and that is a feat of craftsmanship right there.
Square knows that the fans have had tools to extract all the models and textures from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PS2 for, 18 years, right?
Yeah.
They actually remade Kingdom Hearts in Source Filmmaker.
Okay, that might be one of the... Again, that might be a lost in translation thing, with Masuda's comment about oh, we had to remake all the Pokemon from scratch, and that's why we couldn't include them all. But it's I don't think that's exactly what he said.
Yeah. So I didn't talk about it last time because we got really deep into how we got into the series.
How did you discover Kingdom Hearts, Trey?
We'll get to that. But I wanted to talk about
a different thing.
Yes. Because I'm still salty about it, but I'm going to make you guys wait for it. I really like this intro zone, not only because it's kind of gorgeous, it secludes you, it teaches you all the mechanics piece by piece, but and also there is a sense of mystery. You're what is going on in this world? Where am I? Who is this? It just opens with all this strangeness. So you're all right, I'm ready for whatever this game gives me.
The Awakenings platforms are my favorite places aesthetically in the series. Including my favorite one, Unova Pokemon Legion from Super Smash Bros.
Damn it, Nick, you already made that mistake in a previous playthrough. It's the Kalos Pokemon League.
Whatever. I also said Legion, so...
Legion. Oh my god.
So, let me ask, what are your guys' opinions on Darkside here?
Oh, I love these guys.
The first time I played this, I thought he was supposed to be a corrupted version of the Beast. Because of the platform we're on. He's kind of got that body shape about him.
Yeah.
He's not quite fuzzy enough, but he does have sick dreads.
That was before I realized, oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts can have original characters and monsters in it that aren't based off of Disney stuff.
See, Darkside is actually a nightmare manifestation of Sora's father.
So his eyes look exactly like, A, Onirus's eyes, and B, the cover of StarCraft 1.
Oh yeah, with the Protoss guy in the cover just staring into your soul. I suppose that's Tassadar.
See, this text is actually memories of things that Sora's father told him when he was young.
I said Onirus, right? Is that
before
correct?
He went off to the war.
Is that what Death's or Dree Sandman? Is that what Sandman's name is? Onirus?
I don't remember. I thought it was Morpheus.
Well, yeah, but
it's a Greek name. Oberon? Oh, fuck. I don't know.
No, he has 4. Anyway, that's only tangentially relevant to this.
Yeah. So, welcome to the Destiny Islands.
You thought the nightmare was over? No, friends. The nightmare is only beginning.
There's girls on this island.
Well, we already knew that.
Sleepyhead.
So
yes, there is in fact voice acting in this game, even though they omitted it in the intro. And for the most part, considering the point games were at, in the early 2000s, I'd say the voice acting in this game is pretty solid on the whole.
Oh yeah,
especially for a Japanese-produced game.
It's very Disney Channel appropriate.
So
right, they got a lot of people Hayden Panettiere, I believe, is the voice of...
No, Hayden Panettiere is a woman.
Well, I'm not... For Kairi.
Oh,
I know Sora is Haley Joel Osment, alright? That's why you need to stop interrupting me, dude. I sometimes know what I'm talking about.
Look, man. I know everything, okay? I'm always right. Anyway.
Except for what the sword, shield, and wand do.
God.
I know everything about everything, and I'm always right, so I always have the right to talk.
There's no chance anybody is still watching this.
We just got done listening to the longest conversation these two characters will have in the entire series. Congratulations.
True.
Yeah.
And here's best boy, Riku.
Log.
We all see ourselves in Riku.
But on the topic of the voice acting in this game, because that's what I was gonna talk about before I started talking about how I am the god of all that is.
As you do.
So around this time in the early 2000s, the voice acting, like voice directors from Japan, didn't really know how to direct English VAs, and they were convinced that what they were doing was correct. So they would always like give them sort of weird like voice acting directions and like have them act in weird ways. And like this was even the case when they would hire out for American directors, and then the American directors would get the cuts the way that they wanted them, and then they would send them back to like the Japanese producers, and they'd be like, no, we don't like this, this, and this, record it in this style. And that didn't really stop happening until around the year of this game.
Until Sonic 06.
I feel like this game like is kind of immune to that though, because I feel like the conversations make sense outside of the long pauses between dialogue.
Well, I'm guessing a lot of that had to do probably with the involvement of Disney in this.
Oh yeah,
because obviously they have a long history of like voice acting for animation, or animation primarily, but obviously with voices.
So I wanted to say something about the Destiny Islands that kind of vamps off of the intro zone, because I guess this is technically the extension of the tutorial zone. It just looks like an actual level. It's the green greens of Sora's adventure, but I really like it just feels kind of cozy. Like I like this place.
I like the Destiny Islands. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say it feels like a fun island to hang out on. Like it is a good place for kids.
Well, yeah, I think what makes this such a good intro is that it really feels like a playground. Like not just aesthetically, but like, your first plot relevant task here is you have to collect all of these items that are hidden around the island. But you can do that in any order that you happen to find them in, and you also have these kids scattered around whom you can talk to, and you can actually challenge them to little sparring matches to kind of practice your combat and gain experience. You don't have to, but you can do it, and you can get items by doing it. But
it's like the Kokiri Forest of Kingdom Hearts.
So many games. Like we talked about how this game kind of like slowly doles out its mechanics, but I do think it does a good job of like, hey, do you actually want to like fight some people? Like here you go, like here's some actual like fights you can have early on.
Yeah, as a child, I spent hours doing this fight, trying to perfect my block tech. Well,
that's something you're gonna have to do for this game, because you don't get the actual dedicated guard action command until pretty decent way into the game. It's mitigated a bit if you picked the shield, because, and we didn't mention this in the last part, but the choice you make in the Station of Awakening not only determines how your stats grow, but also the order in which you get abilities as you level up.
Yeah.
And if you pick the shield, you get like all of the defensive ones early on, which again I think is good, because this game does have some issues with like the camera obscuring enemies and you taking pot shots from stuff that you couldn't reasonably avoid.
Listen, guard is hands down the best and most useful ability in this game next to doggo.
Fly.
And another fun fact, last I checked,
glide,
Final Mix actually changes the like order that you get abilities and stuff,
and it adds a bunch of new ones
compared to the original.
So here's what I want to know: if they could get Haley Joel Osment for this game, how could they not get James Arnold Taylor to voice young Tidus?
There he is. It's my boy.
Has he ever been a voice in Kingdom Hearts?
I don't know. That's a good question.
They were saving him for Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars world in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Also, how could they not get... I think John DiMaggio has voiced other characters in Kingdom Hearts. How
Can we
did they
go
not get him for
Futurama
young
land?
Waka?
Well, it's probably because they're kids and they wanted different voices for them.
That's
Oh
fair.
yeah, John DiMaggio was Waka, wasn't he?
And
Yeah.
also, Selphie was from Final Fantasy VIII, where they didn't have voices, so...
She was also like
which caused
18
George
in
Wood to
that.
nearly commit suicide.
if Square doesn't add voice... Anyhow.
Watch gaming in the Clinton years. That's amazing.
So...
Selfie is the. I just recently watched a speed run of Final Fantasy VIII. Yes, I spent 9 hours of my life watching a speed run of a Final Fantasy game. I have no life.
I mean, I
also
do
I'm
that
single. Hit me
sometimes.
up, ladies. Well, guys, doesn't matter.
This is not
Anyway.
the time for
Totally
question.
unrelated to the whole spending 9 hours watching speedrun.
So,
Selfie is MVP in that game. She is a great character. Y'all go play that game.
Not in this game, though.
look, Zell is... Anyway, so...
It's gotta have them hot dogs, yo.
My...
You guys want a little bit of fun insight into Japanese pervert culture?
I'm ready.
Not really.
Well, I mean, let me know if this is too blue for the episode.
Too blue.
But there are exactly 2 upskirt shots in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, goody.
The first one is on this island, and just a ways to your left there.
Oh.
Why would you do
Wait
that?
a minute. So they're not like in the cutscenes. They're just like stuff
Nope.
you can
Just the
manipulate
models.
with a camera.
Yep.
Well, that doesn't count then.
Well,
What?
they
Like it's not the
They
game.
gave
My question is,
the-
why do you know
Nick,
that?
they
Nick,
gave
it's
the
not the game
models
that's a
underwear
pervert, it's
because I
you.
read game facts.
Okay, let's get away from being perverts and let me just mention how good I wrecked Waka there.
Yeah,
he didn't get a
dude.
single hit off on me.
Oh no, yeah, you destroyed like all of those challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, the another thing that the game teaches you early on is the idea, again, of reflecting stuff with your sword. Because doing
Reflecting on
so
your past
will get
actions.
you what are called tech points.
Yeah.
Now, this game is an action RPG. Obviously, it has experience points. You get points and you level up. But it also has an alternate form of experience called tech points, which you're awarded for dispatching enemies in, like, clever or impressive ways. By reflecting
that.
their attacks or by using, like, a super effective magic spell on, like, elemental-based enemies, you get tech points. Or in the
Yeah.
battle with Darkside previously, I can't remember if Trey showed it off or not, but you can not only reflect his projectiles, but if you climb up on his arm and attack his head, you get experience every time you hit him.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Like
Yeah,
for
you
every-
gotta get up on
every
the
couple
hyper stack.
swings.
I learned something today. So we're doing fight number 4, which is inarguably the hardest of the 4.
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. I think I had to do this somewhere between 6 and 8 times as a kid.
Yeah, he's definitely the toughest. But
Yeah.
the trick I've found with Riku, at least for the first half of the fight, is that every 5th hit will cause him to either every 4th hit or every 5th hit, he'll fall backwards and he'll like spring
do
up
the-
like
yep.
that. He
He'll
did
do
just
that,
there. Which is a really damaging attack. I don't recommend getting hit by it.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever
Got
he's
that
about to do
damage
that,
value, or that revenge value.
Yeah.
stop your count your number of strikes, and whenever he does that, just step out of the way.
Well,
It's
you
all
have
about-
a
it's
long
all about
time
patterns.
to dodge it. But so here's the fun thing. I'm pretty sure that I had to try this fight more times than I had to try the Sephiroth hidden boss fight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, okay, but that also has to do with, like, yes, Sephiroth is inarguably the harder boss, but at that point in the game, you also have so many more, like, tools with which to deal with
Yeah.
him.
You're
Whereas
kidding,
here,
right,
you
right.
basically can just, like, swing a stick and jump.
Speaking of tools available to you, I see we're already not doing a no items run.
Oh, yeah, F that. I use items a
Because
lot in this
that's
game.
another funny thing. Not only did I take the sword and drop the shield as a kid, I also, for whatever reason, told myself I wasn't going to use any items in the game.
Victory!
What a...
So, I really just, like, challenged myself for no reason.
What a god dang
Yeah.
Sora winner move that was. A Sora winner, if you will.
Hey. By the way,
Dan-
Trey, I didn't see
Oh,
what
yeah?
difficulty did you pick in the beginning.
It's just normal.
Okay.
we were vamping over it. So
pleases
Dan, I know before you've told us about how you like refuse to use expendable items in games. Well, I am the opposite, and you'll see that in spades later in this game.
Are you one of those players that's like, I could just get a free heal at the save point, but I also have a bunch of potions, so
yeah. Time to get addicted to potions.
In part 3 of Kingdom Hearts
That's a fun
Mix.
idea.
Yeah. Join us then.
Shameless plug?
See you then.
Okay.
Bye.